And thank
All
you,
right.
Heather and Paula, for being here this evening. This is the EXP Seniors Mastermind for July 13th, 2021. This session is being recorded. Heather, the floor is yours.
Oh, hi, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming to this. We are here to empower and educate all of our agents in the 55 plus market. And as you've been seeing all of the material that I've been putting out, that market is exploding and the numbers are out of control. And as we go through this, we need help in social media. So I have invited Paula to help us with Instagram. And Paula, this probably won't be the first class. We might need a second class because from my gathering, as Beth Ellen was asking a lot of questions, so maybe we'll do a second one after this, but I'm going to let the floor is yours. If you guys have questions while she's doing something, put it in the chat box and I'll go ahead and talk to her about it. In the last 10 minutes, we can just have an open conversation. You can ask Paula whatever you want. Paula, let it.
All right. Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to do this. I'm always happy to share some Instagram light to other folks. I will say that Instagram was not necessarily always my thing. Okay. I want to start off with that. So anybody who's feeling a little bit scared to use Instagram or like, why do I have to use it? Just know that I started Instagram about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And yeah, it's probably about a year and a half. I think quarantine has kind of blended me, like all my last 2 years together almost as one. So probably about a year and a half, I started Instagram. And Instagram, I would say when I first started, I probably had 100 and something followers on there. I was focusing mostly on YouTube and on Facebook. And I didn't understand why I needed to add yet again another platform to my social media, stuff, just more reasons for me to be on my phone, I kind of felt like. So with that being said, everybody was using Instagram. Everybody around me was using Instagram. A lot of real estate agents that I knew, a lot of younger real estate agents that I knew. And I decided I needed to stop being afraid of it, because that's really, I think, what it was. And I dived in. So the person who started teaching me about Instagram was my daughter. So if any of you have younger children around, whether it be grandchildren or your own children, they are a great resource for teaching. And it's a great bonding time at that. So take advantage of it and say, hey, show me how to do this. They'll really be excited that you're asking them about something that they use and know so much about. So that's who really got me started with Instagram. Now, Instagram, even for my daughter, is considered to be kind of a little bit outdated. She's 16 years old. She's more about Snapchat and TikTok. So now I have her teaching me how to use Snapchat. That's my next adventure. So Snapchat is dead, Jerome. Not to my daughter. So anyway, so yeah, so she taught me whatever she could teach me, and then I took it from there. So I have a little PowerPoint that I started. It's not finished, so I'm going to start it with you guys, and it kind of ends at slide, I don't know, what slide do I end it at? Slide 10, but then I have my notes. And so I'll continue on with my notes. And then I'd like to maybe do some demonstration for you guys. I don't know what area everybody is at in terms of level of expertise. I don't know if you could maybe put in the chat box, who uses and posts on Instagram on a regular basis. When I say regular, I mean every single day, multiple times a day. If there's anybody that does that, say me in the chat box so I know that we've got somebody that's an expert. About once a week, if you remember. Okay, that's a good start. Any social media that you use, especially when it comes to our business, I will tell you that it's super, super important to make sure that you're doing it consistently. That's the main thing. So if you're going to really take this on, once you figure out how to utilize it, I do recommend that you do it and you do it consistently. And when I say consistently, I mean like every single day. that you make a point, that you time block in your schedule and say, this is my time for social media. And you go ahead and you make posts. If you're going to make a post, a reel, an IGTV, whatever it is, make sure that you time block for that, because it's super important if you want to do it. If you're going to learn about it and you're going to take your time on a Tuesday night to learn about Instagram, well, you may as well take the time to do it every single day and post on Instagram. So
I have a question, Paula. So like you're talking about all the social media platforms, if you're doing an Instagram post, are we able to put that Instagram post to other social media platforms? So like we're not having to recreate something on 6 different levels.
yes, and we're going to get to that.
Okay, good.
Yep, good question. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my little PowerPoint with you. So first off, what I want to talk about is there's several different types of Instagram accounts. There's 3 to be exact. There is a personal account, which I'm not going to go into too much detail about because I don't really recommend that you select that one. There's a creator account, and then there's a business account. Okay. The business account is the one that I do personally recommend. That's the one that I use. But I'm going to explain the 3 options. So the personal account is great for, what it says, personal use. It's ideal for first-time users, for families, for teens. It does offer just your basic level options while still allowing you to connect with people on Instagram. So you can share posts, you can do IGTVs, you can do a lot of the very, very basic things. The creator account now adds another layer and allows you to have a little bit of fun with Instagram. Okay. Hence the word creator lets you become creative. This is mostly geared towards people that are looking to be like a social media influencer, which is a thing nowadays. I didn't understand that. I used to be actually a teacher before I was a real estate agent. And I remember talking to my students about being a social media influencer. And when we would have kids write down their goals and they said they wanted to be an influencer, I'm like, why? Like it didn't make sense to me at all. But now I'm starting to understand it and that this is really a thing. So if that's something that you strive to be, a creator account would be perfect for you. You do set it up from a personal account and kind of convert it into a creator account, but it offers less features than a business account. Okay. Now the business account is like the Mac Daddy. Okay. This is the one that I truly, truly think is most beneficial for real estate agents. It's great for all professions and for entrepreneurs like ourselves. So I'm going to go into a little bit of the creator account pros. You've got, like I said, the same basic features of posting on your feed, which is like your regular posts, pictures with, let's say, captions that you put on there. You do have the ability to create stories, IGTV, as a personal profile. When I talk about stories and IGTV and reels, is that complete foreign to anybody here in the group?
Yes.
Yes.
I think most of us. In
Okay.
fact, somebody had mentioned in a post up above, said, I'm confused and lost Beth Ellen said, trying to do reels after your last class.
Oh, okay. We're going to, we'll definitely spend some time going over a reel today for sure.
Okay. And then I guess she also said that the Nick Nihas of the business video says that the business account gives you the best stats, but the creator has better tools. Do you know anything about those between the 2?
Yeah, I can't really show you this time on this class. Maybe when I come back the next time, we can compare and contrast.
Got it.
The 2 accounts. But yeah, there are some better tools on the creator account, but not enough for me to jump to that side.
Okay.
I did have all 3 accounts. I've spent time utilizing all 3. And for my business, I really felt that the business account offered really everything that I needed, especially the insights of who was looking at my posts and getting an idea, looking at data, which is obviously something that as real estate agents, we want to look at and we want to know about. So that's where the business part comes in.
Does the business account allow you to allow music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it make more sense for us? Oh, never mind. Jerome, Jerome, I think she answered. He asked business does make more sense for us as business people. That's what he
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And the answer is we don't know much about IGTV feeds.
and all this.
or-
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm not like talking to you guys like as your children and don't know. Like, I want to make sure I'm talking at the level that you guys understand and are at. So, anyway, so it gives you creator specific insights and analytics about your account, the performance relating to the content, activity, and the audience. It offers a flexible profile display that you can make your account look and feel the same as a personal profile, or you can choose to display a category or a label, contact details. I'm not going to get into explaining all of this because again, I'm not going to show you the creator account today. I'm going to show you the business account today. So I'm going through this part kind of fast. It can connect with a Facebook page for promotional purposes, and it does let you choose a category of what type of creator you are. Okay. Oops, sorry. It does allow you to manage and create promotions. You can request a verification. If you know what that, if you've ever seen on Instagram, the little blue check next to people's names, that's a verification process that people go through. I've actually requested it for my business account as well, and I still haven't gotten approved. So I think you have to be somebody like, I don't know, more than 1,000 followers to get approved, maybe, I don't know. You can add links to your Instagram stories if you become verified or have over 10,000 followers. You can set up quick replies and direct message filters to better manage your direct messages and connect with your fans. And notice it uses the word fans because this is what the creator account is all about, is getting fans, right? The business account to me, more about networking. Okay. You get access to Creator Studio on your desktop, and you can have access to branded content tools. Okay. And again, I apologize for going fast. I'm not going to explain this or go into detail here.
No, we're good. We're recording it so people can go back.
Perfect. Your creator, your cons is that it cannot be set to private for those that wish to still keep their account private and don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there to have access to their profile. If you're a creator, that's not available to you, and you can only link it to one Facebook page. Okay. Okay, let's go into business. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the business one. So the business has the same features as posting on your feed, your stories, your IGTV, which I'm going to explain all those terms to you soon, as a personal profile. But you do also have access to business specific insights and analytics, which is that data I was telling you about, in terms with your account and your performance and relating to content that you post. So let's say you post about a new listing, right? You can check to see the check the analytics and how that post fared in the grand scheme of things. I believe you could even break it down to like audience, like age, like people that are over a certain number of years. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. We'll find out in a few seconds. You have the ability to run ads, which is phenomenal, right? Because this is how we, as agents, we want to post ads to attract more business to our page and get more, hopefully some clients. We have display our business and contact details in our profile. It lets us choose a category for our business. So you could actually say that you are a real estate agent, you are an entrepreneur, whatever your category is. There's lots, whether you were a doctor, a teacher, whatever. You could choose, you could access Instagram shopping. So let's say you were a shop owner and you sold things and Instagram was your way of trying to get people to buy things. You can create a shop page, which really probably doesn't apply to us as agents. You can set up quick replies and direct message filters to better manage your direct messages. So this way, if you can't be in 10 different places at once, Instagram does help you with that as well. You have access to video chat with direct messages. You have the ability to manage branded content and promotion payments. You can, again, request that verification, that little blue check. You could add links to your Instagram stories if you become verified or you have over 10,000 followers. 10,000 followers is the magic number that most active folks on IG, that's where they want to be, is have 10,000 followers, because it opens up a whole new scheme of things that you can do. You have access to Creator Studio on your desktop, and you can access branded content tools as well. All right. The cons is that it also cannot be set to private. So only your personal IG account can be set to private. It does need to be linked to a Facebook page, and it can only link to one Facebook page. So I personally have mine linked to my business Facebook page, okay, which I'll show you guys soon. All right. Any pressing questions about that? I know some of it you may not understand, but I promise we're going to get into a little bit more detail in a few minutes.
Nobody said anything, so you're kicking some major butt here, getting through things.
All right.
You're
Awesome.
doing great.
Awesome. Awesome. So next I want to talk to you about hashtags. Okay. Hashtags on Instagram is one of the most important tools, and I neglected to talk about it. I was having a very off day. I told Jerome I neglected to talk about it in the EXP world the last time we were having our training. Hashtags is huge. Hashtags is pretty much how IG sorts content. It's a way that they help categorize your posts. It's also a way that helps you reach your target audience, and also helps your target audience reach you, which is the most important thing. Okay, so hashtags are king in Instagram. We probably remember hashtags as pound, right? On when we had a regular landline phone, that was the pound button. So now it's the hashtag. Okay, don't know how it went from pound to hashtag, but it did. So to start off with, when you have your Instagram account, it's super important that you have a bio set up. Can you see my Instagram page on the screen share right now?
No, we're looking at a hashtag.
Okay. I'm going to share it again a different way. I'm going to share it this way.
Do you use the same hashtags for all of your posts pretty much?
No. And I'm going to talk about that too.
Okay, can you make that bigger so we can see your or if people have Instagram, maybe they can go to your profile and look at it on their phone.
See, it's still kind of small here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm not sure why it does that.
Okay.
That's going to be a Jerome question. I don't know why I think it's small. So that's the biggest that I can really make it.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have your phone with you, then you can also go to my Instagram account, but I am going to be showing you things live so that
Jerome said, I'm going to investigate it right now.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jerome. So this is your bio, right? This is the front. I'm going to use my phone while I'm talking. This is your bio. I created my bio. It's really important when you're creating your bio that you make it, number one, let me go to the bio page, that you create your bio, and you make it fun, that you make it stand out, that you make people know who you are just from your bio alone. It's making people want to follow you, right? So your bio is everything. It's your introduction, right? It's the introduction to who you are. So definitely make your bio fun, make it, use emojis, get creative. I use my notes section. I have an iPhone, so I use the notes section. I know it's called something different with Android, but whatever your little notes section is on your phone, use that to create your bio, because it's the easiest way to go ahead and kind of set it up and organize it the way that you want it to. If you just type in right from your phone, it's not going to be as user friendly. But when you are on your Instagram account, now I'm showing you this is my professional dashboard. This is the business account. So if you have a different dashboard, if you have a personal one or a creator one, you may not see the same things that I see. I'm going to backtrack for a second. If those of you who have your phone out and you want to have a business account, I'm going to show you real quick how to get there. Okay. Should you need to know that. So let me show you that first. So you go to these little 3 lines that were up on top. You go to, I believe it's settings. Then you go down to where it says account. And then at the bottom, it says switch account type. So should you want to change, even right now, if you happen to have a personal account, it doesn't make you lose any data, doesn't make you lose any information. Your personal account literally just switches over to a professional account. Were there any questions about that as I was going through that?
I have a question.
Yes.
So that was one of my things is I didn't know if I had business or what. So a business is equal to professional? Because mine, when
Yes.
I looked, it says switch to professional. So that's the same as business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a question.
Mhm. I can't hear you. I think you might have muted yourself.
The notes section of your phone, you can go in and type what you want and then copy and paste it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One, Dennis wanted to know, is the professional account free?
Yes. All of the accounts are free on IG. Good question.
Can I have a question, please?
Mhm.
I have a business account and, there was a time that I made another account to just check something, but right now I don't need that account. So is there any way that I can delete that extra account that I don't want? I'm just afraid to click and then my business account delete as well.
So you have 2 separate accounts?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's go and take a look. I will show you real quick. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out together. I'm
Sure.
on an account that I don't use. You can see how many followers I have and how many people are following me. I've been
Right.
actually meaning, look, my hair color is even different. I've been meaning to delete this account. So let's see if we could delete this account. Let's see if I go to settings. Yeah. I don't know that they let you, I know they let you, wait, let's see, that's the Facebook account center.
I do have a question from Amy. She asked, can you
a
tell
laptop.
if someone's account is personal or business by looking at their profile?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
not sure, but I don't think so.
All right. Well, why don't we
And
move
to go
on?
back- Yep, to go back to the question, I don't think that you can. I will have to play with it a little bit more and I
Sure.
can let you know. in the
Okay.
Yeah,
group.
let's,
Okay,
Paula,
thank
can we try to make it a little bit bigger? It should take like 2 minutes if we could try.
Okay, tell me what to do.
All right. With your mouse, click on those 3 lines. No, not
Over
those
here?
ones. Not those
Oh,
ones. In the application.
these?
Yep. Yeah, click on that. Did we do that already? Full screen?
I did that already and
Try it again one
made
more
it-
time.
Okay,
Okay. That's not working. Do you know where the other part is, like the horizontal version of this application? It should be on your desktop somewhere.
the horizontal version.
Yeah, like
Shoot,
that Let's View
okay.
app. No?
Okay, hold on, hang on, let me.
You can also, and if you can't find that, you could also just share that screen instead of your desktop. Maybe that will make it a little bit better. You understand?
Okay, what do you guys see right, what do you guys see right now?
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay, hold on, let me go. Yeah, I do understand what you mean about that. So let's do that. Is that better?
That's fair. That's a better alternative.
Yeah, okay, so we're good?
that's much better. It's great.
Oh.
And by the way, for everybody on this phone, these 2 people who just figured this out, you can find them in EXP University at teaching classes. They're amazing.
That's very kind.
Paula, that was, thank you
Jerome
both.
is he's the mastermind really in all this. I'm just along for the ride here. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna skip the deleting of the account. If I could figure it out, I'll post it in your group there if that's okay, like how to delete an IG account. So going back, so I showed everybody, excuse me, how to convert your account to a professional account if that's what you'd like to do. The next thing I wanted to show you real quick is how to do your bio in case somebody doesn't know how to do that. You're simply going to click on where it says edit profile. And when you are there right now, I could click in here and start typing. Okay. You could see now it's in editing mode. You see me doing stuff, right? If I wanted to take from my notes section, all I'd have to do is, you see how I just clicked on there and I could paste right into my bio. And this whole thing, the stars, the emojis, the hashtags, all of that was exactly as is on my notes section, and I pasted it, and that's how it appeared. Okay. I'm gonna click done there. Next.
How do you link to your bio? Can you, Sandra said, can you explain how to add links to your bio?
Yes. So you are allowed, Instagram allows you to add one link, and that's it. So that was Sandra, that was my next topic that I was going to talk about. So that was perfect timing. When you are here, you see where it says website. That's where you type in your link. Okay. Your one link. Now in the beginning, I had my EXP website, right? Because that made sense. I wanted people to go to my EXP website, but I changed that. I ended up getting something called Linktree. If you don't know what Linktree is, I highly suggest that you go check it out. It's free for just the regular basic version. It's linktr.ee.com. Okay. Definitely check out Linktree. Linktree, and I'm going to click on my Linktree just to show you where it takes you. Here's my Linktree. So my Linktree now allows me to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different websites. So Instagram was sneaky. They said they were only going to let me have 1. Well, now I have 7. So when somebody goes to my one website, now they get 7 different sites that I have. Okay. So you could put you can get creative. You could put your Facebook page on here. You can put your YouTube page on here. You could put your Snapchat, your TikTok account. You can, your EXP website, obviously you're going to put on there. If you do lunch and learns, you can have a link, special place for that. Whatever it is, it's on here. It's covered. Linktree is fabulous. If you need a training on how to create your Linktree, I could do that another day. Okay. But it's super easy. I promise.
Is that really you, Paula, in that picture?
Yeah, that's me. Brown hair. I just switched over, you know, too many grays. So it was easier to hide.
I went the easy route.
You went the very easy way. That's even better. Men have it so easy. So yeah, so that's the bio part and the link part. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next section here. So just give me a second here. Are you still able to see my, oh, that's done. Perfect. You're still able to see that?
Yes, we can see it. Okay. It's great.
Okay, perfect. All right. So now what I want to talk with you about is creating your social media handle. Okay. If you can, if it's at all possible, when I say a social media handle, I'm talking about this right here. Mine is Paula Aponte _ Florida Realtor. If it's at all possible, make that the same on all of your business platforms. So if you have a Facebook page, make it match your Instagram page. If you have a YouTube page, once you get, I think it's 100 followers, you can create your own handle on YouTube as well. I have all of mine matching. So all I have to do is I tell people, find me on social media at Paula Aponte _ Florida Realtor. Simple. They could look me up on any of those platforms and they'll find me. So that's a really, I wish I had done it sooner. Really important to do, in my opinion. The next thing I want to talk about is posting on IG. So posting on IG, just using like a photo, have posts tell a viewer who you are at first glance, what you represent, can it show your personality? So you want to, when you're looking at somebody's IG account, so if you look at my IG account and you look at all of my posts, these are just my regular posts. These are not stories, not reels. These are just posts. If you look at these posts and you start scrolling down and you didn't know who I was, and most of you don't know who I am, you look at here, you're probably going to quickly figure out that I'm a real estate agent, right? But you keep on going and you might start seeing a little bit more about my personal life, you know, maybe what I like to do, different hobbies that I might have. You know, you see right away here, I have a kitty cat. You'd see more about my daughter, but she's now shy on being on my social media platforms. She can only be on her social media platforms. Yours too? Yeah, it's crazy. So this is actually my daughter right here. I'm going to blow her up. This is her when she was little. And I used it to make a meme out of her. It just says payback since she doesn't want to be on my accounts anymore. But yeah, so you should definitely have whatever photos that you're using in your posting. Try to make something powerful that's really going to stand out so that when people are scrolling through to decide whether or not to hit the follow button, that they get an idea of who you are. Even though it's a business platform, it should not be all about your business. You should definitely have it be about who you are as a person. Post your kids, post your grandkids, post you going out to a restaurant, post you having fun, enjoying life, because that's really what people are buying or getting attracted to, not just the fact that you sell houses. Okay, because that's boring. So that was one thing I want to talk about.
Well, I think it's also making that connection, Paula.
Yes.
When you have people want, especially in our market, we
Yes.
want the connection with somebody, or to look at somebody and go, oh, they do the same thing that I like, and then feel more comfortable. So I thank you for explaining that, because I know Amy had asked me, well, is this a business? Because when we were looking at it, business or personal. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I do have 2 other accounts, but I don't use them. So I took my personal account and I turned it over and switched it over to a business account. The reason I had that other account with me with the brown hair that results that move you, when I first started, I thought, oh, and you see how many followers I have. I didn't have very many. I started out, I thought, oh, I'll just have a business account and then I'll have my personal account. I quickly realized that that was just not a good way to go. So I have one account and I use it for everything. Life is so much easier now.
And Jerome said he agreed, because he was contacted by a client today.
Oh, nice.
And they were relating to him.
Yes. Yes. Next thing I want to talk about is stories. How many of you are familiar with Instagram stories? So Instagram stories, I didn't understand what they were. I thought they were the silliest thing in the world. Like, why the heck? What I couldn't wrap my head around, here's what I had a hard time with. And I'm telling you what my hard time with, because you might be able to relate, right? So I had a hard time with thinking, why on earth would I post a story that disappears in 24 hours? Like, why am I going to do that? Why am I going to put all this effort and all this time into posting a story and it's going to be gone 24 hours? Everything on my profile, these posts, these pictures that you see, they stay for as long as I keep them up there. So why? Like, I didn't understand. Well, now I do. So stories will actually show up on other people's newsfeed. So this is newsfeed right here. On this newsfeed that you see is people that aren't necessarily people that I'm friends with. It might be just people that are showing up in my newsfeed because Instagram thinks I might find it interesting. So stories will pop up on here. When I go here to search different things, let's say I'm going to search hashtag realtor reels, right? All of these people, I have no idea who any of these people are, but yet they're showing up in my little hashtag search because I typed in pound realtor reels. So stories are very, very important. Stories should be selected and chosen very carefully when you post a story. Okay. And I'm going to show you and demonstrate how to post an Instagram story. We're going to do it live. Okay. Just like we did in the other class with the reel, we're going to do a live story real quick. So I'm here. I've just now selected my Instagram story. You know what? I'll post my hair. Okay. So I just took a picture of myself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get creative with this picture. Okay. I could add some little doodads down here below that you see, like all these little fun little captions. This makes it colorful and fun. For the sake of this training, I'll go ahead and do it. But normally I never do any of these little fun doodads. I leave that part out. So anybody who knows me is going to know, why did she do that? I'm going to go ahead and write a little caption. I'm going to mention my hairstylist and thank her for doing my hair today because she did my hair. Oops. And I'm going to say thank you.
Okay, so you
Heather.
use the caption as opposed to the little letters. How did you write the caption? Can you show us again, please?
The caption, what I'm writing right now,
Oh, at
or the at.
Heather Shanks.
Okay, so that came from here. So thank you for slowing me down, Beth. Right here where it says mention and it has the little at symbol, it only allows, I mentioned you can do more than one. When you are creating a story, you can mention many, many different people. So let's say I want to also mention my friend Brett. Let's say I wanted to mention him in this. I keep doing that. I could mention his name. I could go up back and I could mention my friend Roberto. As many people as I want to mention, I can mention. So then what happens is they're going to get notified that I've mentioned them in my story. So it's going to come up in their notifications. So for the purpose of what I'm doing,
So that came from the smiley face, not the A's.
That came from the smiley face, correct?
Not
Yep.
the AA.
Correct. Yes. The AA is pure text. Pure text, me writing freehand. So the little smiley face, so doing the shout out, my purpose right now is to give my hairstylist, I like to do that for different people that I work with in my community. I like to give them shout outs. So I'm going to just do what I normally would do, give her a shout out. And
So
I'm going to
this-
go back to the smile.
So this is very similar to like what Facebook and tagging somebody, basically, right? Like when you in Facebook, when you tag somebody in a post, this is kind of the same thing, but just on Instagram.
Concepts. Yeah, but
Yeah,
only you're doing
got
it in a story.
Yeah,
Because you could tag somebody in a post on Instagram
right.
with one of your pictures that you have that don't disappear. This post
Right.
right here, this is
This-
gone in 24 hours.
24 hours, right? And I noticed you can also put hashtags in there as well.
Yes, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go there. So I'm going to quickly write, just say, thank you, Heather, for taking much needed, no, I don't say that, taking time to do my hair today. It was much needed.
Okay, so that came from the 2 A's. And then how did you get the black box? Which did you hit? And then how do you make it come in and out?
Okay, so the black box, that's what it defaulted to, but you can change that black box. So the moment you asked me that question, I went back and I highlighted that. You see how it's highlighted the text right here? Okay, now I go up here on top. You see these 2 A's up here? Now you have different options. Watch this. This is going to really So that's an option. Or I can just keep it steady. I can go here and change that to a white background, or I can take out the black and have no background. So I guess the last thing that I did when I created a story had a black background. So it defaulted to the black background, but you can change it and make it however you want.
And the color wheel lets you pick the colors?
Whoops, let me go back. Hold on. Yes, for your font and for your background. So let's go back there. Let's highlight. Let's go here. I can change my text. I can go here. Oops. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, I can. Give me a second. You have to just mess with it. There you go. You see this little drop? You have to drag it over, and then it'll let you change the background to a different color. I think that's what it did. I don't do that very often. So you asked me a tricky question, Beth.
Okay, so you take the eyedropper and move it to something, and that will, like in Canva, make it that same color? Is that how that works?
Yes. It didn't change the background, just the font to the color that I wanted. So the background can only be black or white. So I think for the purpose of this post, my story here, I'm going to leave it like that. When you go to the little smiley face, I'm going to show you up here. When you go to the smiley face, you have other options that I want to show you. So you are allowed to do a hashtag. And again, hashtags are searchable, right? It brings people to your content. So I'm going to hashtag right here, and I'm going to put new hair. I'm just going to hashtag new hair. Now, here's what's funny about this hashtag. I don't hashtag new hair very often. I guarantee you tomorrow or in the next 24 hours, I'm going to get a follow by somebody who does hair, like a hairstylist or someone like that. That's how these hashtags work. So all because I put new hair, it's going to be something that's different, that my stories haven't been in that group of people, that category of folks. So because I've now put a hashtag new hair, now my page is going to that category. I don't want my hashtags to always be real estate related, right? I don't want just a bunch of realtors following me. I want regular folks following me, right? So hashtags like that are important. Another option that you can do is you can add a location. So let's say I tap on this location right here, and I want to tag her salon that she works at. Oops. And results, a salon spa. Now I've just tagged the spa themselves, and they'll get notification that their business was mentioned. Going back to the little smiley face in here, you can only have in a story, you can only have one hashtag. In your bio, you could have 2 hashtags. In a post, a regular post, you can have up to 30 hashtags. Okay. So going back to my little smiley, you can make this is a lot of fun. You can do like a poll. So let's say I want to make a poll of, do you like my hair? This would be like really vain. Do you like my hair? Oh gosh. Anyway, I'm not going to keep that on there, but let's say I wanted to do that. When people start commenting saying yes or no, I would actually get notice or notification of what their vote was. Okay. I did one day. I was in Atlanta recently, and they had these little like scooters, those electric scooters. You guys have seen those. They're really popular now. Anyway, I like the young person in me wanted to get on one and ride one, but I just knew that if I did, I'd crash and burn and I probably wouldn't be able to get up. And I'd have to like be like one of those commercials, like help, I've fallen and I can't get up, like the old commercial. That would be me, because I would not be able to get up. So I wrote, how many people think I will crash and burn? And I made a little poll on it. And it was like, I think it was like 60% thought I would crash and burn and 40% said no, but I think they were just being nice. Hold on, there we go. There was a little trash can there. Did you guys see that? Let me go back to the poll. Do you see how I'm dragging that down? You see that little trash can at the bottom? If you change your mind and you don't want to have something on there, sometimes you have to play with it like I'm doing right now. Don't know why it's being difficult. There we go. And I got rid of it. So now it's not going to be on my post. This little smiley face tool is very powerful. This is your creative juices start flowing. This is where you can have fun. You can put stickers. You could type something in specific that you want. So let's say I want to type in scissors. I could type in scissors and now I've got a moving emoji for my hair. Okay. So there's a lot of fun to be had on here. And I just did that by typing in the word scissors and the scissors came up. Anything that you can imagine, you can type in a word and look for it and it may possibly show. You have the weather, the current weather will display for you, the current time. If you have an event, you can create a countdown. Let's say you have an open house. You could put when the open house is, and it'll count down to when that open house is, especially if you do it within a 24-hour period, and it'll show up in your story. Okay. Any questions about stories before I move on? I didn't get into stories as much in the last training that I had with the EXP folks, but I did want to touch on stories here and give you a demonstration.
So you said that they were important even though they're ephemeral. So why? Because people love them?
Yeah. So Instagram is really funny about their algorithms. And so anything that's new that they have that's different than their standard posts that are on your profile gets a lot more views and a lot more attention. So although your profile posts may show up in somebody's newsfeed that you're friends with, it's not going to show up in everybody's newsfeed. But a story is going to pop up in most folks on top. It's these little circles, which I'll go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and submit this story. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm going to submit my story. Now it's asking me if I want to share it on my Facebook business page. So even though I have a Facebook business page and it's mostly business, I post everything that's personal on my Facebook page. So I do that.
Question, any music, is all the music legal?
Yes, it's not going to tell you that you can't use it if you get it from them.
Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
but the license is, I wrote a book and had a lot of copyright issues on media. So this is something I know because I got in trouble. It turns out that Instagram has licensed the music. So any music you find on Instagram, you can use, but you cannot post Instagram posts with music on any other social medium other than Facebook because they don't have the same license.
Right.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
We've got about 10 minutes left and there's so much I want us to learn.
Okay. All right. I know that we're going to do a reel. We're going to do a reel next. Okay, guys. But I wanted to show you.
I figured we're going to spill over. It's fine. We're all with you on this. We're loving the journey.
So you could see my friend Heather, who did my hair. She just somewhere, I know I saw it. She commented or she liked it or something. Oh, here, she liked my message. So because I tagged her, it showed up in my messages over here on this side. Like my direct messages is what they call them, DMs on Instagram. That's the lingo. It showed up here. And so she liked my message. It showed up there. Okay. When I go up on top here, you see these circles up on top. Okay. That's people's stories. So anyone who has a story that is clickable that I could see, they're going to show up. And if I keep scrolling, everybody that I'm friends with shows up here. Now, these stories also work off of algorithms. Okay. These algorithms on these circles, the most recent stories tend to show up the most often here first. So let's say I posted a story right now, and let's say I don't post another story till like, let's say 23 hours from now. My story that I posted right now is going to be all the way back here for somebody else. That's why it's very important when you are posting stories that you're posting stories throughout your day. Your stories should be like a snapshot of what's happening throughout your day. Different things. Maybe you go to a store and you see a really pretty plant and you want to take a snap of it and post it on your story. Or maybe you go to a house and you see a really beautiful stainless steel refrigerator that has one of those like knock features. You knock on the door and it lights up, right? Because it's got the clear screen, clear glass. I don't know if you guys have seen that. If any kind of cool technology that you see when you're going to show a home, you could take a picture of it, post it on your story. Keep your stories new and frequent and updated constantly throughout the day, because then your circles are going to show up in your friends' feed, people that follow you first and foremost. All right. So if I go to Team BC Sold, he has different stories on here. And as I keep clicking, look at this guy's story. He's got the little poll, rent or flip. If I vote, most people said flip, right? 71%. It showed me what the results were. I'm going to just keep on going through. And here goes another person's story. Okay, you get the idea. So this just is scrolling through. I didn't even have to click the very first story I clicked on, but I just kept on tapping on my screen and it kept showing me in order all of the people's circles that are showing up first. So be that circle that's showing up in other people as people are clicking and tapping through.
So how does your stories, your reels, your posts help you with listings or with people, getting people to come into your properties or list with you?
So look at this gentleman right here. So he's posting a picture of a home, right? He's kind of featuring this on his story. He's making it interactive. He said, rent or flip. It's obviously a distressed house. It's for sale. He's saying it needs a little TLC, right? People that are following you that are not necessarily real estate agents are watching this story. So it might spark maybe somebody who's an investor that wants to purchase this. Oh, this guy has a rental or a house that I could flip. Oh, let me message this guy. And they'll send him a direct message. It happens all the time. I've gotten many, many messages from people just because of the fact of what I post on here. I've gotten messages from somebody that said, hey, I see that you're a realtor in Florida. I have my cousin who's looking to buy in the Central Florida area. How far is that from you? I had another person who it was too far, but I've had multiple people reach out to me just because of my posts and me being on and active on here.
Thank you. That's great to hear.
So it really does help. So I want to go ahead and go on and share with you guys, how much time do I have? Because I know we're approaching.
You've got the floor. Not much longer, but we're, maybe another 10 minutes or so.
I'll go through lives pretty quickly, and then I'm going to show you how to do a reel, and then I'll stop it there for questions. And then if we need to come back, I can always come back. Okay. I want to talk about Igtv Lives. IGTV, I'm going to show you real quick. There's two ways to go create a story or a live. And you could either click on your circle, like your profile picture right there. And so if I click on that, you'll see that little blue plus sign, which is really, really tiny. But if I go and I click on that again, it's going to bring me to this screen. Or if I'm on this home screen right here and I click this little plus sign, which is a lot easier, but this is a new feature. They added it later and I'm just used to going about it the other way. So I never do it this way. But you could also click on that plus sign. And now you have this menu at the bottom where you could scroll over and say whether or not you're creating just a regular post. Over here are my photos in my camera roll. You could say whether you're creating a story. Over here are my photos in my camera roll. You can say whether you're creating a reel, excuse me, which we're about to do soon. Again, these are my pictures in my camera roll that I could use for my reels if I wanted to. Or are you creating a live video? And that's the option that we're about to do now. When you create a live video, you have to have the video be at least 1 minute in order for that video to show up on your IGTV, in order for it to be saved as an IGTV video. If it's less than 1 minute, the only thing you can do after you end the video is discard it. You can't save it. So it kind of stinks. I'm going to do a video and I'm going to probably feature my screen and all of you, if that's okay. If anybody objects, please let me know. But I'm going to do that just for the sake of this live video. Okay. So hey, what's going on, Instagram? I am live real quick. I'm actually in the middle of doing an IG training, and I want to talk to you and take a moment to talk to you about the power of eXp Realty. eXp Realty, for those of you who don't know or who may have a misconception about the amount of training that's available, I want to set the record straight. So eXp Realty, normally during the day, during the workday, like say the hours of 9 to 5, you can go into eXp World and you can have a training right in the virtual platform of the eXp World. But what you can also do, in addition to, is collaborate with other like-minded professionals, like I'm actually doing right now. And you can have training at any time of night. So we have folks that are part of this senior group in the eXp world or workplace, and they have a Tuesday night mastermind where they get together and they have special guests come on. And I've been asked to come on tonight, so I'm super excited to be able to do that for them. But you can have all of these guests come on and you can do trainings and have everybody together, and we're all on Zoom together doing a training. So I'm going to flip my camera around and show you all. Whoop. See, here's our folks. We are on Zoom and I'm actually showing them, they're waving. I'm showing them how to make Instagram easy and how they could actually go live and create an IGTV, how super easy it is. Thank you for everybody. I think it's everybody in the class that's commenting on here. That's so funny. So yeah, definitely anybody who has any questions about eXp Realty and is interested in finding out a little bit more about it, definitely send me a DM, a direct message on Instagram, and I'm happy to talk you through it. And hopefully I get a bunch of messages in my inbox just blowing up from this video. Talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Okay, so I was wondering if my IGTV was going to be a minute, because there's no clock. Okay. I have to have like this internal clock. There's no clock on the screen that tells you that it's been a minute. And I've had it happen when I'm doing like a quick video like this and it cuts short. I'm like, oh, dang it. And I have to like redo the video and go back on because I want it to save on my platform. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to, do you see where it says share to IGTV? I'm going to click on that, share to IGTV. And now I've got this awful, awful cover picture, right? I don't want to use this one, so I'm going to change it. So you have the option to either have a photo of yourself that you've already taken, and then you want to go ahead and use that picture, which I think, no, the story didn't save. Or you could go ahead and just pick one of the nicer pictures from here. Look at that. Can you imagine? Look at that. That's like the most awful pose ever. I think I'll do that one. Okay. IG training live. Oops. EXP agents love to collaborate. Just for the sake of time, normally I would go in here and put a bunch of hashtags, again, up to 30 hashtags you can post, and I'm just going to post this. Now, this video is going to show up in my profile grid, the main screen, but it's also going to show up in a separate area where you're going to be able to see all of the different views that it has gotten, how many views, and so forth. So I'm going to take you to my main screen here and show you these little icons right here. So there's several of them. We're not going to talk about all of them today, but if you go to this one right here, this is my reels, all of my IG reels. The next one that looks like a little old school television, this is my IGTVs. So if I go to my IGTV and I click on that, hey, what's going on Instagram? You'll see that there. Now, that one doesn't have any views yet. You see how there's no number? If you go to this one, you could see I have 120 views on that one. I had a customer testimonial. I had 214 views. Another great example, that testimonial of how you can use IGTV. Use close on a house with a family, have a quick little interview at the closing table and ask them about their experience. Record it on your phone. As long as it's at least a minute long, you can upload it. You don't have to go live, and you could save it as an IGTV. Okay. And those are great. I do them all the time. All right. So last but not least, any questions about IGTV before I move on to Reels? Nope. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to Reels. Let's go back to the little plus button right here. And we're going to click on the Reel category. And we're going to do Beth's favorites. We're going to do some Reels. Okay. I've got to get myself photo ready. My little kitty out of the way here.
I want to do these, but I'm just lost. So this is the second time I'm seeing them. So I hope I get it this time. I love the pointing thing. I just don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to show you. All right. So for IGTV, I'm sorry, for Reels, the first thing that you have to do with Reels is you have to do your poses. So you have to have your content. So for today, I have my content laid out. I quickly went on, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you where I got this content from, this idea. This is, sorry, I have to decline a call. This is not, by the way, Jerome, if you're listening, I finally figured out how to mute my Apple desktop so that phone calls and my computer doesn't start ringing like it was doing in the EXP world. It was so annoying. So tonight I made it like my mission to make sure I figured out how to do that. And I did, and it worked because I got a call and my computer's not ringing. It's fabulous. So we shall not have that problem again. Anyway, so I went on to the little search tab. Let me go to it and just show you what I did. I went to the little magnifying glass down here. I typed in the search bar, Realtor Reels. You could see that was on there before. And I scrolled down just a few minutes before I went live with you guys on Zoom. And I was looking, I was like, okay, I need to get a real idea real quick. And let me see what I want to do. Oh, boom, I'll do this one. And I saw 5 credit score mistakes that last a long time. I was just having a conversation with somebody about credit scores. And so I thought this would be a very relevant one to put on my story in case that person I was talking to who does follow me happens to see it on my reels. That would be perfect. So I went and I read through there, documented it, and boom, we're going to make a reel on that. But mine is going to be different. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with doing that, by the way. Use content that other creators create. People do it all the time. There's no copyright problems there. Instagram, it is common. It's a common practice for people. Okay. You can go, I'm going to go back to my little plus sign. I'm going to go to my reels. And so I'm going to start. So I know that I have 5 different ones. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's what I wrote. So 5 credit mistakes. So let's get this party started. I've got 30 seconds to do all of my little hand motions. Okay. I have this little clock right over here. You could switch it if I wanted to make it shorter, and I can make it 15 seconds. 30 seconds. Yep. I think eventually they're going to get to 60 seconds. So they've just started with these reels, and you can see how the circle's not quite finished. So I believe eventually it will get to 60 seconds, but we're just not there yet. So keep checking back. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the play button down here so that I can record myself and my motions. So Beth, what I know how many that I have to do. I know how many pointing things that I have to do. I'm going to say it to myself as I go so that I don't lose track. And that's how I do it. So let me go ahead and start. Actually, I'm going to dump that and start over because I started too late. Okay. Okay, that was it. So what I did, I made all of these facial expressions as I was going through, and I was reading my little page that I have here, and I was looking like missing a payment, like you don't want to do that, right? You know, so kind of shaking my head. So I know what words and what text I'm about to type that's going to go along with the pointing of the fingers. Okay. So next, what you do is you have to, I'm going to click on preview, but now I'm going to type on the top here, I'm going to type my text. And so it's those double A's that I need. And so now I'm going to type my title because that was the first thing that I pointed to. So I'm going to type in 5 credit mistakes. Okay. And I'm going to leave that with the black background, I think, and the white text. All right. Oops. Next. Oops. So now let me go back. Okay. So do you see at the bottom right here, this little tab kind of pulls
how
up?
did the timeline come up?
How did that come up? Because so before that timeline came up, there was this little tab at the bottom. It was there. So as soon as I clicked on it, it automatically generated that timeline. I'd go back in time and show you again, but it won't make that timeline go away now, so I can't. But that's how I did it, just by clicking on that little tab. And that timeline is what's going to allow me to time everything just perfect by the pointing of my fingers. So I'm simply going to drag. All I'm doing is dragging with my hand. And I'm stopping this little white line. You see the white line? I can slide it over wherever I want. I'm going to stop it maybe right there. So now on here, oops, let me go back and do that again. Okay, so it has to look like this. Now I have that saved. Now it's going to show you, make it look like it's there, but it's really not. So ignore it when it's got that faded look to it. Don't let that worry you. So now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to type missing a payment. Now, where did I point my fingers for that? I think that was the first one, right about there. I'm doing a training. Okay. Okay. So I am, let me go back here. So now I clicked on the second tab, which is right here. Okay, you see that? If I go here, it's going to bring me to that. If I go here, it's got the whole thing. Well, I don't want the whole thing to be showing because I want it to only point to missing payment. So I have to now drag this again. Right? So we had the up that's on top. Don't want it to be there. Oh, missing payment. So I was wrong. Missing payment was over there. Look at that. So I've got to move this to this side. Okay. So now the top part right over here, I have to slide that over. Otherwise it's going to show with 5 credit mistakes. So I've got to also move this to right about here. But I'm shaking my head. I'm going to make this a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, so let's go here. Oops. And then here. Now we're going to create another one. I'm assuming the third one was me on the other side. So co-signing for a loan. And I know that this seems like it's taking a long time, but really when you practice makes perfect. And once you do this often enough, you'll see that it's really not that bad at all. It's quite simple. It takes less than 60 seconds to create a reel, 30 seconds to create the content, and 30 seconds to do the editing. So I'm going to now look for the start of that. So that's right about there. Okay, you see where I'm stopping? And now I'm going to drag the other side to about there. Okay. So now I'm going to hit done again. I'm going to go back to my little double letters on top.
Do you have to click when you're editing each clip, or you just,
Yes.
what
Yes.
do you just tap on it?
Yep. Just tap on the timeline at the bottom and it'll light up like in white. The outer part of it, the border of it will be white when you're doing it. Next is going to be not checking, and I'll show you, Beth, your credit, not checking your credit. Now, don't have any idea where that was supposed to be. So I'm just scrolling that back over just to see where I'm at. Do you see how they're lighting up as I'm pointing? So this has to go down here, not checking your credit. Okay. So now I'm going to click on that circle. You see how when I clicked on that circle, the circle turned white, that tab, and then the whole border turned white as well. That's how you know you're in that editing mode. So I'm going to go. There we go. Now I'm ready for that one. But I want to shorten this up. Probably to about there. I'm just checking, co-signing, not checking your credit. I do need to fix that little typo I saw there. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the next one, which is ignoring details of new credit cards. So let's type ignoring details of, and I want to say that if you are not one that wants to necessarily have yourself on there, You don't have to, because you saw where I got this reel from. It was not of a person doing it and pointing. I'm just doing me pointing because that was something specifically Beth wanted to see. But you could make a reel and it could just be a still photo and you can have text popping up through it. Okay, so let me see where ignoring, oops, co-signing. I'm fast forwarding with my hand. I'm dragging this over. So that's ignoring details. I'm going to put them right there. Going to drag this over. There we go. Going to drag this over. Okay. Next, I have to hit that done button. I have to hit the letters again. Now I'm going to put using retirement funds to pay off debt. I am shrinking this by putting my fingers on this and just using my two thumbs to drag this and make it bigger or smaller. That's how you do that. Okay, so let's go right back to here again. See how I just clicked on that using funds, that little tab at the bottom, it turned white and then had that white border on the timeline. That's when it allowed me to go ahead and oops. I guess using funds, that was the last thing right there. Okay, so that's done. Okay, I've got my pointing and I've got the labels. Does that clear it up for you, Beth, a little bit?
Yep, I'm going to try again.
Okay, I cannot wait. I'm going to show you guys how
Failure
to add.
to launch.
What's that?
Failure to
I'm gonna-
launch, time one.
I'm going to show you how to add music. I'm going to add music here. Oops. So oops, let me go back. So I had my camera audio, but I always just go to this one right here. So I don't have to worry about any kind of copyright stuff, right? This is all allowed music. You can hear like a little kind of play on what the song sounds like 15 seconds of it. If you want something that's related, maybe I want something that's related to money. I'm feeling like I want a song related to money. I don't like the way that one sounds. Let me no, don't like that music. Wait, what is that one? Actually, I think I'm going to do this one. This is a great song. Okay, I'm going to do that one. That's perfect. Okay. So I've got my music on there, right? I've got my pointing and everything that I've done. If I wanted to add like a sticker or something kind of funny, I could definitely do that as well. I don't think I'm going to do that for this oh, you know what? I think I'll do sound on, because sometimes people, when they're looking at stories or they're looking at reels, they don't have their volume on. So they may not know that there's music that's playing, and they see the words and they think that's all that there is to it. So by adding that little sound on icon, it tells people, okay, turn up the volume because you're going to hear some music and you're going to see some words. So that's a fun thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this. And I'm also going to select my cover. So let me go back and show you how I did that. So do you see where it says cover right here? I want to make sure that I have a very good cover because it's the first thing people are going to see. And again, I think I'm going to do that. I'm pointing up to the title. tells people what it's about. But if you wanted to, you can select down here where it says add from camera roll. You do have the ability to take a picture, and I would suggest that you take the picture first of yourself, then create your reel. Then if you go to select from camera roll, you'll have it there available. Did you need to say something?
Yeah, a quick question. Can you drag music to correspond to your pointing, like a drum beat to like, like when you see people?
Yeah, you can have only one song on there. So you can't do like multiple different types of songs to each point. But there was a place in that music part that I could have slid it over like left or
For the
right
certain chunk you want.
to the chunk of the song that you want. Most of the time with the reels, it defaults to the chunk that most people would like. That's the chunk that I would recommend, because music is actually pretty important with the reels as well, in getting lots of attention for the reels. Music is a very important piece to it. So you want to use music that people are going to recognize, that people find catchy and fun. That's why I chose this one. I think it's catchy and fun, right? So I'm thinking that other people are going to think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my cover photo. I'm going to click done. Now I'm going to type my title. Okay. Credit repair. I'm going to show you this. So I am typing in credit repair made easy. And then I just had a thought. I said, well, why I like that hashtag. It may not be a useful hashtag. And here's why. I'm going to show you. Credit repair. Do you see how many people have this hashtag? 1.9 million posts. If I'm going to choose between credit repair hashtag or credit repair services hashtag, I definitely want to do credit repair, because when somebody searches using that hashtag credit repair, and let's say they're looking for somebody to help them with their credit, my reel may come up in their search because they have searched this hashtag. Okay.
How many hashtags on a reel? I'm sorry.
Up to 30, same as your posts.
Okay.
So credit repair. Now, if I keep going and I go made easy, look, people did it, but only 100 plus posts. Heck no, I'm not going to do that, even though I think it sounds cute. I'm going to keep it at credit repair because that's what people are searching. I'm going to type in Florida agent, Florida realtor, actually. Not a lot of people on that one, but I'm okay with it just because it's relating to me. Okay. Let's say I want to do Lakeland, or let's say I want to do first time home buyer. First time home buyer. Oh, let that one did come up. 2.6 million posts. You see that one? That was a good one. I'm not going to go through 30 just for the sake of time right now. So I'm going to just stick with these few right here. Let me type in buyer. Oops. Buyer, 1.7 posts. So that's, I think, got a lot of attention right there. And I'm going to go ahead and share my reel. And so now this reel that I share, while it will not go on my Facebook business page, which a lot of my content does when I do when I go from IG and I go to share something onto my profile grid, which is just the main grid. Oops. right here. That's your main grid. Looks like a grid. A lot of what I post on here will go to Facebook. Reels are one of those things that Facebook does not have. And so therefore that does not share automatically to your Facebook business page. So I
Can
guess
you share it independently to your Facebook business page?
yes, a reel you can. And the reason why is because when you create a reel, here's what happens. Now I'm showing you my camera roll, and my reel, the heck happened right there, has saved in my camera roll. So now I can take this video that's saved as a video, it's not saved as a reel, and I could now share this onto my Facebook page.
The music and everything, that would be okay to transfer to Facebook.
So the music will not transfer, just the words that are on the screen.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, the music does not. And it has probably to do with that copyright stuff that Beth was talking about earlier.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's how I would do that if I wanted to on my Facebook. So, questions?
This was wonderful. Thank you so much.
I do have a question. Seeing
You're
that
welcome.
you use as many hashtags as you use, do you take in your notes section like hashtags that you, okay, because that's what I
Yes.
do, because
Yes.
I feel like I'm constantly hashtagging everything. And so
Yep. So going back to hashtags real quick. Yeah, I have them all right there, my hashtags. in
okay,
my
I
notes
do
section.
too.
Yep. But they say that the first 3 hashtags that you have, that you put, whether it's on a post, on an IG live or whatever it is, the first 3 hashtags you should change those up. And those should be the ones that are most relatable to the specific post that you are posting about. So if I'm posting a Monday market update, I don't have Monday market update, hashtag Monday market update, because that's a very specific hashtag that I use only when I'm posting on Mondays. So I take out one of my other 3, I put hashtag Monday market update along with some other stuff. You know, if you're creating a reel, doing reel to reels, that's a great hashtag. I should have put that one on mine, because that's something that people search for, reel to reels, to get content ideas. Yeah. So I'm looking back at the questions that people had.
You know, Jerome, you have given some great information, and thank you for chiming in and helping field questions.
Jerome wanted me to do 50 Cent. No way.
Yes. So that there's everybody that's on here. Why don't Paul and Jerome, if you can pop in, why don't you let everybody know when you teach classes, where they can find you, and what type of classes you teach. So if they need anything, they can reach out to you.
Yeah, so that's going to be mostly a Jerome question, because I don't really teach in the EXP world except one Thursday per month, which Jerome can tell you when that is. Jerome, you're on. We can't hear you.
You're muted.
Or his volume is not on.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Jerome, and I am the host for the Social Media Mastermind. And we actually have Beth Ellen here, too. She's my co-host. And we bring Paula in every second Thursday of the month, and she teaches strictly around Instagram, something that I've done. I learned Instagram, but Paula has become much better at it than I am. And I shared a document inside of the chat. Please don't share it with anybody outside of EXP. That's a document and a compilation of the things that we go over in that class. We have that class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and Paula teaches every second Thursday. We keep her on track there too.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
For a lot of you,
like a squirrel.
What do you mean? Got it in an hour and a half, no problem.
For a lot of you that don't know, Jerome is amazing when it comes to questions. So if you guys have questions about stuff that goes on, he really is like knows our everything inside and out. So he's a
He's the
great
techie. He's very
he's a
techie.
great person who's like, I'll get that answer for you. And I know like even EXP itself, he's the dude. He's the guy that we all go to. So
Don't
I'm
forget,
telling you, he's
Thursday-
great
Don't
information.
forget, Thursdays, 2 p.m. is Jerome's session,
Yes.
his mastermind.
Thursdays, yes, Thursdays, 2 p.m. Jerome, what are you doing this week?
This week we're either going to do Instagram Live, or if so, we were supposed to have a guest last time and he didn't show up. No, not Instagram
Okay.
Live, Facebook Live. And
Okay.
if we don't do Facebook Live, I have a concept I like to teach. I haven't taught in a while myself, so I kind of want to teach on content creation. And I came up with a concept, content creation frustration. Eliminate, what is it? I call it content creation elimination. Content creation frustration elimination. And I'm going to show people how to come up with content for their social media. So if we don't do the Facebook Live.
Well, if you want to gear it towards the 55 market and anything, the boomer senior market, we'd love to have you do something like that for us.
Well, I'd be happy to. I love to do this stuff. So we will
'Cause-
figure that out.
Yeah, that was a huge thing in the chat box that people were saying, how do you gear it towards this? And, I do all these statistics. And so today I did a TikTok, but I haven't put it up yet. And when I do, I'm going to drop it in our senior page. But that TikTok basically is statistics. Like nobody's realizing the statistics of the senior market. So maybe starting with that, and then how do you create something around that that aging in place, downsizing market?
Yeah, I would be happy to. And
Jerome,
Donald came to our
you're not
social media
working out.
mastermind. He shared a really great statistic. He knows he has some great stats on the senior market, and he got me interested and intrigued. I'm like, oh wow, we are actually not paying enough attention to this market. So I'd be happy to.
Yeah, this is a market that people just need to realize and understand the value and the money. We're not talking billions. We're not talking hundreds of billions. We're talking $75 trillion in wealth in the senior market.
By the way, this
That's
wealth
amazing.
is in the entire world. Like everybody in every country, when you look at the market in 65 or older, that's where all your wealth is. In every country. So it's not just something here in the US. So Jerome, I would love to work something out because we'll talk. I'm working a senior market right now.
Okay.
Any questions? Anybody, any last minute questions before we wrap this up? Paula, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hour and a
Hope you guys
half.
got something out of it.
Well worth it. Can't wait till the next time you're here to expand our knowledge.
Yes. And Robert Phillips, you can contact Donald anytime. He's great.
Yeah,
He's
especially
great.
on Wednesdays.
Thank you.
But anyway, thank you, Paula. Thank you. Jerome.
Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. When Heather, we're hosting.
I don't know. You were bringing in somebody from EXP.
So we're doing workplace training next week, hosted by EXP Corporate. The
Jerome,
market-
maybe?
So that'll
Maybe
be
Jerome.
really exciting. They're going to teach us the ins and outs of workplace. So thank you.
We're all
everybody.
on it, but we're not working it the way we should.
Absolutely. We are not
Thanks.
using it to its fullest capabilities.
Thank you, Paula.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Paul.
Beth, I can't wait to watch your reel. I'm going to
Bye,
make sure
everybody.
on your page. Bye.
It's all
Thank
your
you.
fault.
Bye.